With the young man from Scotland, Paul Weir, aiming to reclaim the title lost to Jake Matlala last November. Here he is, the former WBO strawweight champion, Paul Weir. Top-class amateur, of course, Paul Weir, managed by Tommy Gilmore. This is the Everton Park Sports Centre in Liverpool. And you may remember in their previous contest, Matlala was awarded the decision after 5 rounds. Paul Weir suffered a nasty cut. It went to the scorecards. Matlala was declared the winner, but natural justice prevailed and Weir got this second opportunity. This time comes in as challenger. So Jake Matlala then coming to the ring, born in Soweto in South Africa. There he is, the world's smallest professional fighter, all 4 feet 10 of him, and 34 years of age. Really does go against the script, cracking little fighter. Matlala, a pro since 1980. And of course, Weir didn't turn professional since 1992. And became WBO strawweight champion in only his 6th professional contest. Beat Fernando Martinez, you may remember, in 7 rounds. Made 1 defense, and then weight-making difficulties forced him up to the light flyweight division, having failed in a bid for the light flyweight title against Josue Camacho. So there he is then, the little man from Soweto, good fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to one of tonight's main attractions, and Stephen Bourne, in association with Barry Hearn, promote and sponsored by Club Eden, and this is a light flyweight contest at 7 stone 10 pounds over 12 3-minute rounds for the WBO light flyweight championship of the world. Your judges at ringside are Cesar Ramos of Puerto Rico, Roy Francis of Kent, and Manuel Marichalar of Spain. Your WBO supervisor in charge, Cliff Dicchini of Tape Town. Your timekeeper, Frank Capel. And ladies and gentlemen, the man in charge is Paul Thomas of Derby. Presenting and introducing to you the boxers. First, in the blue corner, with the blue and the white shorts, 10 wins from 12 contests, 3 inside the distance, weighing in at 7 stone 9 1/4 pounds. He comes from Scotland, the former WBO mini flyweight and light flyweight champion of the world and challenger for the title, Paul Weir. And ladies and gentlemen, across the ring, in the red corner with the blue and the white shorts, 43 wins and 2 draws from 55 contests, 20 inside the distance, and weighing in at 7 stone 8 3/4 pounds from Soweto in South Africa, the reigning WBO light flyweight champion of the world, baby Jake Matlala.
So Alan Hughes, our MC, setting the scene for this Barry Hearn, Steve Vaughan promotion from the Everton Park Sports Centre in Liverpool. 12 3-minute rounds, remember. Now also cast your mind back to the previous match between these two. Matlala, as I say, got it on a technical win after 5 rounds because Weir was cut. But no one begrudges Weir this opportunity of trying to put that one right, although, to be fair, things were not going his way at the time of the stoppage. Referee for this one, Paul Thomas from Derby. And he's asked me to make it clear to people he does not wear a wig. That's his own hair.
I've spoken to you both in your dressing rooms. You know what I expect of you. Keep your shots in the target area and be very careful with your heads during this contest. I wish you both the very best of luck.
So there he is then, little baby Jake Matlala. Goodness knows how he manages to close the gap so effectively, but he does. Short arms, short body. Question here, of course, can Paul Weir keep him on the end of that left hand and right cross sufficiently long enough to win this one on points? Surely Weir doesn't possess the power to hurt Matlala, but Jake really does close that gap very, very well. Of course, he first came to British attention when he fought Dave McCauley in Ireland, by the way. Was stopped in 10 rounds for the IBF crown. And what a game performance he put up as well against McCauley. In fact, Matlala's performances since then really do put Dave McCauley down as a fairly good flyweight in his day. And of course, the second match, which got up the backs of the Scots, was when Matlala beat Pat Clinton on an 8th round knockout back in 1993 in Scotland. And of course, he had that wonderful fight a couple of years ago with Luigi Camputaro in South Africa. What a fight that was. 8th round stoppage of Camputaro in defence of his WBO crown. And of course, he beat Francis Amprofo in 9. That was at the York Hall. Little Francis did very, very well, but found Matlala, as I'm sure Weir will here tonight, a real handful. Very, very hard to keep off. And Jimenez, of course, Alberto Jimenez, cracking fighter. He beat Matlala for the WBO crown. So round one then, almost 2 minutes old. Paul Weir standing off, taking a look at Matlala. Of course, they both know each other so well. No need to size each other up. Nice work there from Matlala. With a nice classical style. Takes a right over the top. So last half minute then of this opening stanza of a scheduled 12. Nice little right there by Weir. Bounced straight off Matlala's head. And obviously Matlala, a late developer. And this is a good finish of the round now for Paul Weir. Not quite sure it's enough to get it in the bag for him. I think that honour belongs to Matlala. And despite this one taking place in a British ring, of course, remember the full point scoring system in operation here. 3 judges. Britain's contribution is Roy Francis. Spain have popped up a judge, and so have Puerto Rico. Benny King supplying the wash and brush up to Paul Weir in the corner. And of course Weir, the only European fighter ranked in the top 50 in the world by the Independent World Boxing Rankings. And at this weight, that is, there's just so few Europeans campaign so low down the scale. Round 2 then of this WBO light flyweight championship. The champion, baby Jake Matlala, giving height, considerable height, to the challenger, Paul Weir. And Matlala looks like he took the opener. And just to remind you, in case you're struggling, who the WBC and IBF champion is currently, it's of course Saman Sorjatarong of Thailand, young fighter going places. Will surely outgrow this division. And Carrillo of Panama is the WBA champion. And by the way, Matlala is ranked number 10 in the world by the IWBR, and I'm afraid Weir just gets into the top 20 at number 19. But it's a very competitive division, especially the Mexicans, the Filipinos, the Thais and the Japanese. Nice little right again from Weir, but no body behind it. So can Paul Weir succeed where others have failed? Of course, Weir's punches a little bit more spectacular than Matlala's, but of course Matlala working solidly throughout. Nice body punch there from Weir. And of course he'll be hoping that the cut that caused his downfall last time these two met doesn't come up again. Nice solid left hook there by Matlala. So 10 seconds left then here in this second session, and looks like Matlala's going to take this one again. Although a bit of a better effort, I think, by Paul Weir, but not enough to win the round, I'm afraid. Bit of replay here then from round 2. Once again, Matlala just working away solidly from the first bell to the last. Looks like Little Jake has taken the first couple. Paul Weir used to box for the Springbank and Croy Miners boxing clubs as an amateur. 1991 European Championship bronze medalist.
Round 3.
Into round 3 then. So Paul Weir then in the blue trunks against Jake Matlala. And Paul Weir comes from Irvine in Scotland. And Matlala really does have a solid whack for a little man. He's very compact little fighter, as we can all see. But he hits surprisingly hard. I never did ask Francis Ampofo exactly how Matlala punches, but by the look of him, he hurts. Of course, that comes with a natural strength that some people seem to possess. Once again, Matlala working solidly and consistently. Weir tries to shoot out the jab. Oh, and that's a push by Paul Weir. but it's going to give him a bit of a psychological edge, I think. It's not, it might just wind Matlala up. And baby Jake Matlala is an accountant and hopes to be an auditor sometime in the future when he's passed all his exams. Once again, fast and hard punches there from the champion. Well, good whipping right there from Weir. But of course, these punches still bouncing off the champion. So once again, a good round for the African. So this Everton Park Sports Centre in Liverpool, buzzing with dual World Championship action here on Eurosport. That's the push from Weir.
Round 4.
Round 4. Well, so far, maybe unkindly, I've not given a round yet to the challenger. Paul Weir possibly just trying to draw a bit of the early sting out of Matlala before going to work. Once again, this difficult to beat little South African going to work with both hands. He's impervious really to anything that comes back at him. He really did forge himself quite a reputation, even, as I say, in a losing fight with Belfast Dave McCall. Weir, nice, snappy little boxer most of the time. Skillful fighter. But as so often, this game comes down to so much more than just pure basic skills, as Matlala is proving. Good little volley of punches there from baby Jake. And I imagine how Paul Weir feels. I used to hate it when you get these little muscular fighters come herring at you constantly. They never give you a second to breathe, let alone work out some kind of plan. And don't think that Paul Weir is a sucker for allowing Matlala to get so close to him. Some fighters just have a great knack of closing the gap so quickly and effectively, and he's one of them. Weir can attempt to shoot out the jab and move at the same time as Matlala comes forward, but he finds himself still getting caught. And of course the other thing is that Weir knows how solid the fighter Matlala is, and he's very likely to get himself in bother at some stage. Of course, Dave McCauley did show how to deal with Matlala, and he pierced that very high guard with some lovely sharp jabs, but still had a lot of trouble keeping this man away. Once again, a good round for Matlala. 40 plays 36 after 4 rounds. A bit of replay then. Paul Weir shooting off a couple of fast, well-placed combination shots. But not a great deal of weight behind them, unfortunately for him. Round 5. Well, looks like more of the same from Matlala. Well, he's upping the pace a wee bit here now, I think. Staying a bit closer to Weir, banging in more regularly, if that's possible. Nice little right from Paul. But really, at this level, Weir needs to have a punch that's going to bother Matlala, and I'm afraid he doesn't. And Matlala's lost just once since that loss to Dave McCauley, and that was, of course, against that cracking little fighter, Alberto Jimenez. And once again, a very pleasing fight, I thought. Of course, no one that Matlala faces is so used to punching down the way they need to against this little fella. So full marks then to Paul Weir so far. He stood up to a pretty constant pounding so far from the champion. Still trying to keep his act together though. Oh, well, nice big punches there from Matlala. Left hook back from Weir. Once again, Weir having the odd bit of success, but consistently Matlala is in charge. Bit of damage, I think, around Paul's right eye now. Well, some pretty pleasing moments for Weir at some points in that round, but I'm afraid once again the champion's giving nothing away.
Round 6.
Round 6 then. And of course, it'd be a great moment for Weir to put a round in the bag here. That's nice. Well, he's obviously going for it. He can't afford to drop any more. The best he can do, if he loses this 6th, of course, would be a draw. So he needs all of these rounds now, Weir, to win by a point. Very tall order. It's been a good start for Matlala. 34 years of age, 7 stone 10, and only 4 feet 9.5 inches tall. But he's got a big heart and quite a bit of talent as well. Just imagine what he could have done if he'd have had the right opportunities 10, 15 years ago. Turned pro at 18 in 1980. And it's ironic that 11 years Matlala boxed before fighting Dave McCauley in Ireland for the IBF crown. And that, believe it or not, was his 43rd professional fight. He'd had 42 fights in South Africa before he got a crack at a version of the world title. And of course, that's the way it used to be in the old days. And some, but not anymore. Most of, in fact, at least half of Paul Weir's fights so far have been, in fact, for world titles. He's had 12 fights. 6 of them have been WBO title fights. So that's the difference for you. Whether that will be the difference between these two at the finish, of course, is quite another matter. There must come a time in Matlala's career when he starts to fall apart. And of course, the Weir camp will be hoping that's here. Not a bad round this at all. Now for the challenger. Well, there might just be a case for calling this one level. Weir got off to a good start, and he's not really let that one drop. Yep, I'll call that one straight and level.
You know everything.
Bit of replay here from Paul Weir's best round so far, which I've scored level against the champion.
Round 7.
So the halfway stage then, round 7 of this WBO light flyweight championship. And baby Jake Matlala looks like he's won 5 of the first 6 with 1 level, and might even, in fact, if I revise that, give that round to Paul Weir. Can Paul Weir keep it up? That's the question. Bit of a break in the storm for him, surely, in round 6. Is it the sign of things to come? Obviously not, by the look of Matlala here at the start of this 7th round. Nice little swift right cross from Weir then. Matlala altogether a much more solid, robust kind of man. And of course these two really defying all the popular myths about small fighters. Paul Weir's 28, normally at an age when fighting at this kind of weight and level. And that's a good work there by Matlala. A little spin by Weir on the ropes, but Matlala getting there, getting through some good punches, hurtful shots. Yes, popular opinion has it that flyweights and lower normally blow out by the time they're 26, 27. Of course, Paul Weir's not had a punishing career. It's only his 13th pro fight. Already though, 28 years of age, and of course the champion's 34. Kind of flying in the face, isn't it, of all that popular myth. But this is good work now for baby Jake. Round 7, the halfway point. Weir standing up to everything, very manly, but it looks like a one-way street most of the way.
Keep your head up, Weir, keep your head up.
Referee Paul Thomas there reminding Weir to keep his head up. Well, this does look well beyond Paul Weir. Now, this is round 8. Scheduled for 12, remember. And so far, looks like Weir's only had a share of 1 of the previous 7. Call that unkind if you like, but I'm afraid that's the way I see it. And you all know me by now. Well, it looks like Matlala, as the rounds go by, just increasing the pace and work rate by the odd percentage point to keep Paul Weir under continuing sustained pressure like that. It looks like a lost cause for Weir now here in this 8th round. And of course, nothing Weir has done seems to upset Matlala one little bit. And that's a major consideration here. Nice left-hand work, though, by Weir. Halfway through round 8. It's getting tougher for the challenger. And if Paul Weir possessed a knockout blow, of course, you could never write him off, but I'm afraid at this level, he simply doesn't. He's only stopped 3 men in his dozen outings. Double left hook, triple left hook from Matlala. Weir replied, but took one back. This is kind of foot-flattening stuff now by Matlala. This is where he's going to stand his ground and bang in with powerful punches. Weir, though, very gameful. He's standing there. Yes, Weir very gamely standing toe-to-toe now with the champion, but it's surely only one man going to win that particular battle. At least Weir's going down fighting, that's for sure. Good all-action round. Bit of replay then. Not everything, of course, that Matlala throws does land on target. And in fact, most of what Weir does seems to connect, but he's just not doing enough of it. Into round 9. So Matlala still relentlessly pushing forward. Paul Weir lacking the power to keep him off. I don't say he lacks the skill to do that, because I think he's skillful enough, but with everything else that's required as well, he just seems to be deficient. It takes a fair degree of bodily strength and, of course, mental strength to fight this kind of fight. And Matlala has got some Scottish support in this Everton Park Sports Centre in Liverpool. And it's really very, very strange about Liverpool, a major city in Great Britain with a huge population. And the best they can come up with, I'm afraid, in the vicinity is the Everton Park Sports Centre. It's, I'm not knocking it, but there should be something more major in Liverpool. Again, thumping shots there by Matlala halfway through this ninth round. This is the ninth, forget the caption. Matlala looking very keen to get this one over, beyond argument this time. To say we are getting this second opportunity of putting the record straight, simply because there was a cause for argument when they first met. Oh well, we're there almost touching down. It looked like it, and that's an elbow from Paul Weir. Don't want that. He responded to Matlala, cuffing him around both ears at the same time. But we don't need that. Not in a boxing ring, no place for it. It's hard enough when it's done right, let alone when you do the bad things. Once again, a very solid performance by the champion. Takes in the ninth. Round 10 on the shiny head of the champion. He must be buzzing. Last 3 rounds then. And there was a sign that Paul Weir started to disintegrate in the 9th round. Looked like he just felt about going down and changed his mind halfway and popped straight back up again. Matlala well in front. Left hook from Paul Weir. And Matlala requiring just that little bit extra to be beaten, but I'm afraid Paul Weir at this stage anyway looks less and less likely to produce it. And that's interesting, Paul Thomas, the referee, getting little Jake's name wrong, I think. Unless I've got it wrong. Well, Paul Weir almost mixing it on level terms here in round 10. Takes a big right there, though. And Matlala never lets you off the hook. Always at it. Good shots. Down goes Weir. Well, that's the first knockdown of the fight. Paul Weir looks very dispirited sitting there. Well, he's up at 9. Paul Thomas taking a careful look. Weighs Matlala back into the fray. Well, desperate moments now for Weir. He's gone again. So that's the second knockdown. I'm not too sure he's going to continue. It's all over. It's all over. Benny King in the ring. Paul Weir has had enough for one night. So the champion retains his title for the first time against the man he took it off. Watch that finish again. Cluster of punches. One with Weir down, which was not really of any consequence, I'm afraid.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 1 minute 55 seconds of round 10, referee Paul Thomas has stopped the contest. The winner by a technical knockout, and still the WBO light flyweight champion of the world, baby Jake Matlala.
Yes, good performance there by Matlala, no doubt about that whatsoever. Retains the belt that's almost as big as he is.